Men can easily get caught up in chasing women. Many times, looking for love becomes a difficult and sometimes hopeless task. But what if I told you there was a better way to deal with people? If you could be happy and comfortable without trying to win someone's love, would you? In our search for understanding, we come across the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. This theory can help you stay calm, see things more clearly, and build relationships based on mutual respect. Stoicism is a theory from ancient Greece that tells people how to live a good life based on reason, virtue, and self-control. It has stood the test of time because it can be used in many areas of life, such as partnerships. We will talk about how the ideas of Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic thinkers, can make you rethink how you deal with women, love, and the search for happiness in this video. Getting to know the pursuit to understand why chasing women might not be the best idea. Let's look at how it works in the mind. Because of social pressures, natural drives, or personal fears, a lot of guys feel like they have to chase women. People often admire the idea of the determined hunter who never gives up on the person they love. This can make guys feel like they have to prove themselves all the time by showing a lot of love, following someone around non-stop, or even manipulating her. But Stoicism tells us to step back, stop, and think about what will happen if we do what we want to do. As Emperor of Rome and a Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius had a lot to say about desire and achievement. In his book, Meditations, he said, "Do not fear death, instead, welcome it, for nature wills it like all else." This could be seen as a warning that we should let things happen as they will and not try to change them. Desperation and dog chase often have unexpected results, such as low self-esteem, stressed relationships, and wants that aren't met. The Stoic way to happiness says that the most important thing is to develop one's inner strength and resilience, not to chase after outward things like people. By focusing on what we can change, we can be happy and comfortable no matter what happens in the outside world. This way of thinking tells us to stop trying to change other people or our surroundings and instead work on changing ourselves. On this road to inner change, Marcus Aurelius, a masterful Stoic, offers priceless advice. He tells us, don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be one. This means that we should work on becoming the best version of ourselves instead of trying to make someone else into our dream mate. Focus on making yourself better, developing your character and becoming a man of virtue and ethics, instead of chasing people, is crucial for good relationships. Living in line with reason and moral principles is a key component of Stoicism's focus on virtue. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thought, as Marcus Aurelius once said. This is especially true when it comes to relationships. Focus on developing your virtues instead of chasing people. Have self-control, wisdom, bravery, and fairness. You'll become a better person as a result of these traits, and potential partners will find you more alluring. Instead of going after women, let them be pulled to the good traits that living a good life develops. Choosing to be self-controlled is one of the most important things that Stoicism teaches. Being able to control your feelings and desires is an essential part of living a tranquil life. It's important not to chase women out of impulsivity, neediness, or the desire for quick satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength in relationships. This means realizing that you can control your feelings and reactions, even if you can't change what other people do or how they feel. Being able to control yourself helps you stay calm and emotionally stable, which is important in any relationship. Taking autonomy seriously is crucial when it comes to relationships. Chasing women often leads to disregarding their needs or wants because of a focus on one's own desires. Stoicism, on the other hand, teaches us to respect other people's freedom and uniqueness. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, said, "Everything is right for me that is right for you, O universe. Nothing for me is too early or too late that comes in due time for you." This reminds us that we are part of a bigger cosmic order, and our goals should align with that order. Instead of chasing women, we should accept their choices and limits. Learning to take your time is essential. Being impatient can hinder your efforts to attract women, as people who act without thinking often make poor choices. Patience is important in Stoicism, as it emphasizes that some things are worth the wait. Marcus Aurelius advised, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Instead of chasing women without thinking, be patient and let time reveal compatibility and connection. In the world of dating and relationships, rejection is routine and can be hurtful. Stoicism provides a different perspective on being turned down. As Marcus Aurelius said, reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. This Stoic teaching encourages us to change how we perceive rejection. It shouldn't be seen as a failure or an attack on self-worth but as an opportunity for growth and improvement. Rejection doesn't define your worth as a person, it's a normal part of life. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining a calm and logical perspective on life's challenges and successes. In the realm of partnerships, this means not basing your happiness on how well you meet women. Marcus Aurelius encouraged contemplating the precious privilege of being alive, breathing, thinking, enjoying, and loving. Life is a gift, and your happiness should not solely depend on others. Don't chase women to get what you want, instead, find joy in the relationships you already have and the people you already know. Making connections that matter, relationships matter. Stoicism teaches us that being honest and respecting each other are the best ways to make bonds that last. Instead of chasing women, try to get to know them and build real, deep connections. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be, wrote Marcus Aurelius. When it comes to relationships, this means being honest and real with women. If you try to be your best self, people who value and respect you for who you are will automatically come to you. The power of being happy. Stoicism stresses that we should look for happiness within ourselves instead of seeking it in other things. According to Marcus Aurelius, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all in your mind, in your way of thinking. This means that chasing women in the hopes of finding happiness is a waste of time. Being truly happy means developing a mindset of acceptance and thanks, not being attached to anything. Stoicism is based on the idea that you shouldn't be attached to anything outside of yourself. This idea is especially important when it comes to pursuing women. The best revenge is to be unlike him who injured you, wrote Marcus Aurelius. This means that when you're hurt or rejected in a relationship, it's not stoic to try to get even with the person who hurt you. Instead, practice freedom from connection, which means giving up the need for approval from other people and finding strength in being able to do things on your own. How Stoics think about love. Stoicism gives us a new way to look at love and relationships. This quote tells us to love others with a pure, selfless, and lasting love. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the best way to get even is to not be that way. When it comes to love, this means putting aside the small fights and games that come with dating and relationships. Love someone based on respect, understanding, and not caring about yourself. Don't try to get even or manipulate them. Putting Stoicism into action. Now that we've talked about the Stoic principles that can help you stop chasing women and find a better way to be in relationships, let's talk about how you can put these ideas into practice. Take some time to think about yourself as a first step. This is an important part of Stoicism and a must if you want to understand your own drives, wants, and weaknesses. Think about the relationships you've had in the past and the trends you've seen. What went wrong or right? What did you think would happen, and how did that change what happened? Being aware of your own feelings and thoughts will help you make smarter choices in the future. Focus on improving yourself. As Marcus Aurelius said, don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be one. Use your energy to get better, work on being the best version of yourself. Not to please other people, but to live a life of virtue and inner strength. Do things that make you happy and help you grow as a person, like hobbies, school, and personal development. Develop patience. Men who are after women often act and make decisions quickly because they are impatient. Be patient in every part of your life to get past this. Know that people who wait get the best things. When you're patient, you can make smarter choices, especially when it comes to partnerships. When you're looking for women, it's easy to focus on what you don't have instead of what you do. Change your point of view by being thankful. Aristotle said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Every day, take a moment to think about what you are thankful for. This practice can help you be happy with yourself and lessen your need to seek approval from other people. Accept autonomy. When you're with women, you should always accept their choices and freedom. It's important to remember that everyone has their own goals and ways of living. Respect someone's right to be themselves instead of trying to change their mind or make them do what you want. If someone isn't interested, move on with grace and without getting angry. Reframe rejection. As we've already talked about, rejection is a normal part of life and doesn't say anything about your worth. When you get turned down, have the patient mindset and see it as a chance to grow. Use it as a chance to increase your strength and resilience. Rejection doesn't say anything about who you are or how valuable you are, it's just a situation that can help you learn and get better. The importance of perspective. Stoicism stresses how important it is to keep a reasonable and fair view of the good and bad things that happen in life. When it comes to partnerships, this means not basing your happiness on how well you meet women. You can find happiness in the here and now and the people you already know. Building meaningful relationships. Instead of focusing on women, change your attention to making meaningful relationships. Treat every encounter with respect and honesty. Be honest and show that you're interested in the person you're talking to. Strong relationships built on respect and understanding for each other will last longer and be more fulfilling. Let go of external approval. Stoicism tells us that we should look for approval within ourselves instead of looking for it from other people. Get rid of the need for attention or praise all the time. Develop your independence and inner strength so you don't need to look for approval from other people or connections. Develop the skill of emotional control by working on your ability to handle your feelings and behaviors. According to Stoicism, staying calm and logical is very important even when things are hard. Being able to control your emotions will help you handle complicated relationships with ease and honesty. How the Stoics deal with long-term relationships. It's also valuable to think about how these lessons can affect long-term relationships. As we've already discussed how Stoicism can help you avoid chasing women and instead adopt a more balanced approach to dating, sticking to the conservative principles we've talked about. About what we've discussed so far, it's important for long-term relationships that work to adopt virtue. Living a good life is all about having virtue. To use this in long-term relationships, make sure that your choices and actions are based on wisdom, fairness, courage, and self-discipline. The point is to be a good partner and look for someone who is also good in a relationship. Keep your cool. Having self-control is important not only when you're looking for a woman but also when you're in a long-term relationship. It is crucial that you can control your feelings, especially when facing problems or conflicts. When something bad happens, Stoicism tells you to step back, think about it logically, and act with self-control instead of emotion. Develop your patience. Being in a long-term relationship will always bring hurdles and problems. As a virtue, waiting is emphasized in Stoicism. You have to accept that things won't always go your way, and some problems may take time to solve. Being patient lets you get through rough times and enjoy how your relationship grows. Respect autonomy. Just as you accept that women have the right to choose their own relationships, you should also accept that your partner has the right to choose their own. Respecting and supporting each other's decisions and life paths is a key part of a healthy friendship. Handling rejection. Rejection can come in many ways, even in long-term relationships. For example, there may be arguments, changes in feelings, or disagreements about what to do. Stoicism teaches you to accept rejection or setbacks with grace and to see them as chances to advance both personally and as a pair. Encourage meaningful connections. As your relationship grows, keep building on the basis of meaningful connections. A good long-term partnership is built on open and honest conversation, similar beliefs, and respect for each other. Aim for a relationship that stays real and satisfying over time. Find contentment within. Stoicism teaches that real happiness comes from within, not from what's going on around you. In a long-term relationship, you shouldn't count on your partner to make you happy or complete you all the time. Instead, keep working on being happy with yourself and share that inner peace with your partner. Keep your freedom from attachment. Being in a relationship for a long time can sometimes lead to an unhealthy amount of attachment, which is bad for both people. Stoicism says to keep your mind free from attachments to outside factors, even if you are deeply in love with someone. This freedom lets you love your partner without needing them to make you happy. Accept silent love. You should show what we might call Stoic love. When you practice Stoicism with this kind of love, you care about your partner's well-being and don't care about yourself. There is more to love than just wanting something, it wants the best for both people. Keep your emotions in check. In a long-term relationship, being able to control your feelings is still very important. The beginning may be full of fire, but the long term will test your mental strength. Stoicism gives you the tools to stay calm and logical even when things in your relationships get complicated. The Stoic principles you've learned provide a valuable roadmap for keeping a happy, respected, and long-lasting relationship as you go through long-term relationships. Marcus Aurelius taught that virtue, self-control, patience, respect, and keeping your cool are very important. Applying these conservative ideas to your daily life will help you build a relationship that lasts based on growth, respect, and a deep bond. This way, you'll not only avoid chasing after short-lived ones, but you'll also build a connection that makes you happy and content for a long time. By following these Stoic teachings, you can foster a fulfilling, enduring, and positive long-term relationship where you find happiness within and share it with your partner. Remember the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Consider becoming a member of our channel. We will be setting weekly challenges for you to do that will help you incorporate Stoicism into your own day-to-day life.